Hi there, and welcome back to the Sun Tzu Strategies video blog. Today I want to talk about the concept and the idea of putting power in the wrong place. And what does that mean? Well, I want to use an illustration from a martial art I studied called Nakamoto Ryu Batodo. It's essentially classical, traditional Japanese swordsmanship. During a class one day, my instructor, Sensei Dave Drawdy, who's a very esteemed and well-respected swordsman in the U.S. here, used an illustration that I just love and I think of very frequently in business. That's why I love some of these martial arts and illustrations from Sun Tzu's Art of War, because I think they're so applicable and so relevant to us today. It was during a class one time that he picked up his blade, he picked up his sword, and he demonstrated how not to cut. He allowed the weapon, he picked it up and he allowed it to scoot and to abruptly jerk and recoil, which is the wrong way to utilize the weapon. He then said, that's wrong. That's power. It's a lot of power, but it's power in the wrong place. In other words, he used a great deal of effort, a great deal of labor, but when it came to actually executing the cut and getting the results that he wanted, it was power, but it was in the wrong place. It wouldn't have gotten the desired impact. It wouldn't have made the cut that he needed for it to make and would have intended for it to make if he were cutting something or someone. And then he demonstrated the right way to do the cut. And it was this effortless, crisp, powerful, elegant slice. That was exactly what he wanted. That was power too, but that was power in the right place, and that would have gotten much more of the intended results. Here's why the idea of that sword and the concept of putting power in the right place is so relevant for us, and particularly for women in business. It's because of the idea of believing that hard work alone is going to get us the results and get us the intended consequences that we want. How many times have we gone through our careers or seen our peers believe and work with the idea that they believe that hard work alone will be the key to success? That if they just put in the hours and log the hours in the conference rooms or behind their computers or at home behind their laptops, that they're going to get the promotion, that they're going to get the really good client projects, that they're going to get the perks and they're going to get the benefits. If they focus on putting their head down and powering through, if they do that jerking, recoiling, clumsy sword work, that's powerful, that's a lot of energy, but how much more successful, how much more intelligent, how much more powerful would we be if instead of doing that, we utilize our network, if we utilize the relationships within our organizations, if we intelligently played to win by not just logging those hours at our desk, but by putting our competitive and our feminine competitive advantages into play, if we know what those are, and I talk about those a lot in my keynotes and in my workshops. But if we also utilized our networks and worked smarter within our organizations in utilizing the political plays at work and making the most out of the opportunities that we have to network with and leverage our peers, our superiors, and the real people with the authority and the real people with the power structures within our organization. So my call to you today is not just to put your power in the wrong places, not just to clumsily hack away and go through your career trying to put power, all your power at play in places where it doesn't really make the most sense, but instead to more elegantly, more crisply, in a more superior way, and in a more intelligent, and in a more strategic way, put your power, put your skill, put your abilities and your attributes into place in a way that's really going to generate results, and that's going to catapult your career and catapult your business, not just based on hours logged and on effort expended, but on how intelligently and strategically you play the game in your business and in your career.